Alexa's dreaming now, drifting off my couch. We walk down the street.
After many months of planning, we finally made it to our Asia trip, and our very first stop was Taiwan. So we started this trip by visiting a soy milk place, and it was really good. It reminded me of the morning markets that we used to go to when we were in China. There was also a really nice little 7-Eleven, Snoopy themed 7-Eleven, and I think 7-Elevens are definitely a lot fancier in Asia, and this was only one of the themed cafes that we saw, but there were a ton. I know there was like a Hello Kitty one, Marvel, there's just a bunch to see.
If I could tell you, I don't think you'd believe how long I felt this way. I'm begging you to stay. And if I could show you, I'd hope that you could see all the possibilities. There could be a place for you and me. Under the stars, you pack up your car, 'cause you're going far away from here.
I actually grew up watching Snoopy, so just seeing this was just a nice little fun thing to do.
I wish I could stall, but I never call, and you're going all the way this year. Tell you, I don't think you believe how long I felt this way.
This time around, we decided to stay close to the main city. We were in Ximingding, which is in Taipei, and when we checked into our Airbnb, it was just a nice cozy little place.
I'm begging you to stay, and if I could show you, I'd hope that you could see all the possibilities. There could be a place for you and me. I feel 100 degrees when you call my name. And I don't...
So we checked out a couple stores in the neighborhood, and of course we had to eat some soup dumplings and just see all the little shops. There were so many shops to choose from and so many restaurants, and I think that's one of the things I really miss, because back home there aren't too many food options where I live, or Asian food at least, unless you go to Richmond. There were so many different food stalls and so many things to choose from, which is really hard because I was so jet lagged and so tired, but also surprisingly not hungry. Luckily, the night market was really close to where we stayed, and one of the shops that we went to was called Don Don Donkey, which I think comes from Japan, but it basically is kind of like a Daiso, but it has a lot more selection. It's a lot bigger. I think there was at least 3 to 4 floors, and so many different snacks and a lot of cosmetics, makeup, skincare, just so many different things. I didn't buy anything this night, but we did go back a couple times, and that's when I picked up a bunch of my stuff.
You see, hope we feel the same. I feel 100 degrees when you call my name.
For our second day, we started off by getting breakfast at a little food stall on the street nearby.
I don't know what you see.
So from the breakfast place, we made our way through the city to Memorial Hall, and the architecture was all really, really nice. It was more of a traditional look, and they also had a really nice garden.
Hope we feel the same.
We also stopped by to grab some donuts. There are mochi donuts. A lot of MRT stations actually have these donuts and a lot of different food options. We then went to the Taipei fish market, and there was a huge selection of fresh fish and sashimi that we could choose from. They had a lot of packaged fish, but we decided to dine in, and it's like a stand-up sushi bar, which is similar to the ones you find in Japan. We ordered a lot of fish, and it was a really good deal.
If I could show you, I'd hope that you would see all the possibilities, and there's a place.
I was really excited about this next stop, which is the Miffy pop-up exhibit. I think it was happening for a few months, but I'm so excited. I was so happy that I was able to catch it before it ended. So inside, there were a ton of Miffy items. There was mugs, cups, this like water kettle thing, so many different Miffy stuffies, and they were really cute, but also really expensive. I think it was like 40 Canadian or 35 Canadian just for a little plushie, which I probably don't have any use for, but it was nice. So in this exhibit, there were a bunch of different Miffys dressed, I think they're supposed to represent different cultures.
Comfortable, and no one seems to hold me like you do. You're so wonderful. A star could never shine as bright as you.
I ended up doing a claw machine thing that they had. You did have to pay for it, but since I was already here and I wanted to do it, I just decided to try. And you basically just put your money in, and then this ball comes out, and it has a prize inside that you can go collect at the front.
Even in the dark, they still see light. Even the birds still sing at night.
So I got a Miffy tote bag, which is actually cute. I don't know if I'll ever use it, but it was cute.
It just comes out right when I'm with you.
For day 3, we took the train and we visited the cat village as well as the tea house, which is what Spirited Away was based off of. We only stayed during the day, but it was really pretty, and even though we didn't get to see the lanterns lit up, it was still a good experience, and I would probably go back another time to stay during the nighttime. At the cat village, there were a lot of cats just lying around everywhere, and it was actually really hot this day. I was surprised by how many cats were outside because it felt like it was at least mid-30s. There were little treats that you could buy for them, these wet food packets, and feed them. So a lot of the cats were actually really chubby, and I think it's just because they've been fed a lot from tourists. So you can find them in little stores or the cafes that are up there. We didn't get to explore too much of the surrounding village, but it was just a nice escape from like the busy city.
So lucky I met you, and I still Can't believe that I get to see those eyes for more than tonight. Swear you must have fell from the sky.
It was pretty crowded when we were walking there, but there were a lot of different food stalls and vendors, a lot of souvenir shops as well. We spent a lot of our time just walking through the beginning sections, but it's actually pretty big.
Feel so lucky I met you. It's not logical, the way I feel when you walk in the room. When you walk in the room, it's not optional. How gravity just pulls me right to you. To you. Even the dark days still see light. Even the birds still sing at night. Every word just comes out right when I'm with you, with you. I feel so lucky I met you, and I still can't believe that I get to see those eyes for more than tonight. Swear you must have fell from the sky, and I feel so lucky I met you. Spent my whole life waiting for someone like you, baby, and all these broken roses led to you. Spent my whole life waiting for someone like you, baby, and all these broken roses led to you. I feel.
I got some mini fried crabs and some fried squid, and then my sisters also got some fried cuttlefish, I think. We also came across this little taro ball stand. There's also these fruit jellies that we tried that are similar to mochi, I would say. The day was pretty overcast, but it was still hot, and you could see the water in front of us, and it was really pretty while we were sitting at the tea house. We got a tea set that was unlimited cold tea refills, which was really good, and it came with snacks as well.
So lucky I met you, and I still can't believe that I get to see those eyes for more than tonight. Swear you must have fell from the sky, and I feel so lucky I met you.
This morning we decided to check out this little breakfast shop that my mom found, and they had these pan-fried soup dumplings. I decided to order this like peanut beef bun, which was sweet from the peanut, and it was really good. It was like a mantou, which was one of my favorite things, and of course more doujiang. We also decided to go to this museum after. There was also a garden outside, which we were at for a little bit. We didn't stay too long because it was burning and I was literally dying and sweating and very, very dehydrated. So we went inside, and luckily there was very strong AC, which I needed.
Bring a pair of shoes, 'cause this one's gonna hurt for sure, for sure. Take me, falling down with you. I'll never let you hurt yourself, yourself. Heard you counted down from the weekdays. I could take you up, what do you say? We're going to the moon, are you ready? A hot air balloon, we can run away. And just like how you always make me feel, my temperature is rising to the ceiling. You're gleaming. Hope this bubble never pops, 'cause if it does, we're gonna drop.
We stumbled upon another store that also had more miffy stuff. It was pretty much like the same as the exhibit that we saw. They had just as much of a selection.
Baby, bring a parachute, 'cause this one's gonna hurt for sure, for sure.
And there was also other items too. I don't really recognize these things, but they're really cute.
Man, falling down with you, I never let you hurt yourself.
So we ended our night by going to a conveyor belt sushi restaurant, and this was Kura. So while we were there, they had the game where you put your plates in.
Down for you, know that I'm down, yeah. I'll stick around for you, won't let you drown now. Floating with you in outer space, wouldn't wanna be in any other place. You hate the world 'cause you're so realistic. Weight on your shoulders, let me release it. Let me just be here. Never wanna ever leave your side. It's the only place I ever wanna be. So let me.
I think we got this little charm, which I have no idea what it is. I think it's from a manga or something. So the next day we headed to the airport, and I didn't realize that Eva Air had the partnership with Hello Kitty. There was Hello Kitty everywhere, and our plane that we got on was actually Hello Kitty as well, and everything on the plane was also Hello Kitty themed. There's the little Hello Kitty pillows as well, so that was just a nice touch. Taiwan was just such a good experience, and I'm so excited to go back.
Yeah.